everybody. This is Divina De Campo, and this is the Loft Sessions.
Thank you for speaking to us, first of all.
Thank you for asking me.
How do you think the audience for drag shows has changed over the years?
I think what's been really interesting is it's gone from a demographic of mostly men, mostly gay men, to now it's kind of tipped, and I would say it's more kind of 60-40 in terms of there's more women, way more women.
What do you think that is?
I think it's there's an element of reclaiming that hyper femininity, that drag allows you to go, wait a minute, this isn't real, it's gender, which again isn't real, and these people are just going, bam, look at all of this. Why can't I have some of that as well? The 2000s were a little bit dowdy, weren't they? So now you can do whatever you like, slap it on your face. Welcome back to the 80s and early 90s.
Feels like a lot of the attraction, I think, for drag is that you can just do whatever you like.
Yeah, and that's the joy of drag, is that there isn't really any rules. And for me, it's either good or it's not. And that all depends for me upon what kind of drag you're doing. So if you're going for super glam drag, but then you turn up and it's not, well, you haven't done a good job. But if you're doing binbag drag, or you're doing something like David Hoyle does, which is much more experimental and messy, then, you're fulfilling a different criteria. So that's great.
You sort of started to touch on it, but what do you think the drag and sort of drag race has on the impact it has on gender identity?
I'm not sure about the TV show's impact, but in terms of where we are in terms of the conversation, I think that's moved forwards a lot. The fact that now we actually have the language for non-binary and we're talking more about trans issues, although for some reason we're debating them, which is just stupid. Trying to debate whether somebody has the right to live or not seems pretty dumb to me. Of course they have the right to live. So I think the conversation itself has moved forwards. I think that a lot of different TV shows actually have helped with that. That I think has been really helpful. I think there's still a long way for us to go in terms of moving the conversation forwards from debate, like we have on Question Time all the time, about whether, we should let people in a toilet or not. Come on. People have been using the f***ing bog forever. You just haven't realised, and it's only now that you're going, oh, this is a problem. No, it's not a problem, because people have been doing it for the past 50 years. You just didn't know. So if you didn't know, it wasn't a problem. So it's not a problem now.
People just love to be outraged, don't they?
Yeah, just sit the f*** down and shut the f*** up. It doesn't affect your life.
That's a great soundbite. So drag, as you say, everyone is aware of it now, and drag queens really are like modern day rock stars, and that's really interesting for me to see. What do you think about that?
I'm sat here looking like I've just popped out of the 1920s off a ballroom. I wouldn't really call myself a rock star. But the idea that lots of really super, super talented and creative people are being given a platform and the ability to create more interesting work and have that kind of funded better, I'm all behind that. Yeah, let's do that. Abso-freaking-lutely.
I think you go back to the 60s and the Rolling Stones, and they had crowds of people screaming their name and queuing up to see them, and then that's exactly what's happening today. So I think this would be fair to say that you are a rock star.
Well, you've said it, I haven't.
Then it must be true then, if I say.
Exactly.
How different is the UK drag to the United States?
I think there are lots of similarities and lots of things that people do which are similar, but there's more of an emphasis on high energy dance performance in the US because of the way that their drag scene has evolved, from pageants and then the ball scene. That was about movement and about selling a garment, or whereas ours has always been about, there's 45 minutes, you better fill it, bitch. It's not been, you do one number, she'll do another number, she'll do another, she'll do another, we have done that, but not to the same extent. Ours has much more been focused on a solo performer who gets on stage and entertains a room for 45 minutes. And I would say that that's the main difference. Plus, generally, if you are able to do that, you get paid properly here. Whereas a lot of the time in America, your wage is very much dependent on tips, you know. So, and I'm much more about give me the money before I get on stage.
Just in case you have a bad day, maybe.
I mean, it happens.
I don't believe that.
It really does.
What can we expect to see from you in 2020?
So there'll be some more music videos. There'll be some more releases, more interviews, and a one-woman tour is on its way. I'm currently sort of bashing it out, as they say. I'm touring with the Frock Destroyers around Europe, and then we're going to Australia as well before DragCon in LA.
You're a rock star.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're doing lots of things which are incredible. There are some amazing opportunities for us all this year, and hopefully next year and beyond, and you know. So yeah, this has been an amazing year so far, and touch wood, it will continue.
Well, I really hope so. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you for speaking.
Have a great rest of your evening.
You too. Bye.
What's your name? Where you're from?
Indigo Diamond from Bexhill.
And you've just met Divina. How was she?
She is lovely, just as she was on TV, only better.
And have you seen her before?
Yes, I saw her once before when Adore Delano was performing up in London. She was the opening act. She was fantastic, so I was so happy when she got on Drag Race.
She looks great.
Always looks amazing.
That hair you've got on, very similar to hers.
Especially for her, especially for the occasion.
Looks great. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
No problem.
We'll see you next
Thank
time.
you for having me. See you later.
Hi, what's your name? Where are you from?
Erin and Seaford.
And you've come to see Divina today. How was she?
Lovely.
Have you seen her before?
No.
This is an exciting time for you then.
Yeah.
You gave her a gift. What did you give her?
My cousin makes candle melts, so I gave her some Purple Rain flavoured candle melts and some vegan sweets.
Lovely. Was she happy for them?
Yeah.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for speaking to us. See you next time.
Right.